If you had told me at the start of this year I'd be meditating every day by May, I would have thought you were crazy and had the wrong person. Especially because when I tried it the first time about 2 years ago, I had a hard time making it work and gave up literally after the first day. And for the longest time, I've considered myself an overthinker, and honestly, I think that label still fits me pretty well. Clearing my mind never made any sense to me because my brain is always in go mode thinking about whatever BS it can come up with. What changed was that a coworker in my building hosted a guided meditation session the same week I watched Pauline Walnut's video on meditation. And for me, that was a sign to give it another try. Like it was a sign from God Himself. Especially because I'm trying to make changes in my life right now to help me progress towards my long term goals. So the session was hosted around end of March ish. I attend the session, and there's me, four other ladies, and our instructor. We're taking our shoes off, we're explaining our experience or lack of it, and the instructor's explaining her background, her hours, her certification. And we start the session, and she's guiding us with her voice while our eyes are closed. And immediately, I start itching. Like, guys, bugging. I'm bugging because I'm getting itches all over on my back, my legs, my face, which was the first problem. Which was the problem the first time I tried this. And at first, I'm playing whack-a-mole to get rid of them. So like I'm getting an itch on my face, I'm scratching it. I put my hands back down. I'm getting an itch on my leg, I'm scratching it. I'm putting my hands back into my lap. I get an itch on my stomach, I'm scratching it. I'm putting my hands back in my lap. But then I'm like, I'm supposed to be still and focusing on the breath and her voice. So I try to focus on my breathing, but the itching won't stop. And at this point, I'm trying not to be obvious, but I'm making some kind of grunting noises like I'm invincible trying to push the asteroid away from Earth. And I know this because our instructor asked us how we did after the session concluded. And when it came my turn to speak, I just admitted I was struggling. And somebody said, "Yeah, I could hear you." So, anyways, we managed to get through the session, which was not even 15 minutes. And for the next 3 hours, I kid you not, guys, I was floating. It was the best high I ever felt in a long time. I couldn't believe how much clarity I had, and I knew I had to continue this. So when my coworker who led the session asked me later in the day how I felt, I told her, I was like, "Oh my god, like this is incredible. I'm floating. I need some more resources." Like, she was my new plug or something. And she recommended some apps. I installed Insight Timer, not sponsored by the way, but shout out Insight Timer. And I started doing guided sessions. And for the first 2 to 3 weeks, I was doing about 5 a week, so I'd maybe miss a day here or there. But after week 3, I was feeling so good, I decided to block a time in my schedule for it every day in my mornings. 15 minutes every morning. And now for the past 2 weeks, instead of doing it guided, I've been doing it with a timer. So there's nobody speaking to me in my earbuds about manifesting my day or imagining my ideal room or whatever it was. I get into work. I close the door to my office. Well, it's supposed to be an office, but it's really a closet. And I do 15 minutes at the start of every day before I jump into my work. Or if it's the weekend and I'm at home, I do it the first thing when I wake up. I just sit at the foot of my bed and just breathe. And don't get me wrong, I'm not any good at it. I just started. People who've been doing this for years say they aren't good at it. It's hard for me to not 100% of the time think of anything while doing the breathing. My mind wanders just like anybody else. I start thinking about something stupid like an argument or what I need to do later in the day or like a fight that'll never break out. But I'm getting better at catching myself and going back to the breaths. And there's also days where, I have like a bad session, a session where I couldn't stop my focus from slipping as much as I would have liked. But that's okay. Because even when my session isn't good, I still come away from it feeling much better and with so much more clarity. And part of this is getting better at observing my emotions and thoughts and asking myself why I felt or thought that way. And the crazy thing is, I can't believe how good I feel from this practice. And I'm kicking myself for not starting it sooner. Like, instead of carts, I should have been hitting meditation sessions during COVID lockdown. Would have made a world of difference for my mental health at that time. And another side effect of this meditation practice is that the cheap dopamine highs that I used to once crave, I don't crave them anymore. They don't feel the same. They feel disingenuous. And because I see through them for what they are, it's much harder for me to be enticed by them. Because meditation gives me like this natural high that doesn't require me to change my brain chemistry and then crash afterwards. So the point I want to make is, if you're curious about meditation or sick of the brain fog, just start. Doesn't matter how bad you are at first. Get an app to help you. Figure out what method works for you, because there's so many. Just do whatever helps you get into that zone of clearing your mind and focusing on your breathing. It's seriously life-changing, and I've only been doing it for 2 months. I'm excited to see where I'm at as a person 5 years down the road, continuing with this, because it's changing my life right now. I can't wait to see. Well, I can't wait. I'm not in a rush, but I'm excited to see where I'll be 5 years from now by sticking with this. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want more of this, hit the subscribe button. And I wish you all a blessed weekend.